Hello everyone, my name is Amari Bennett, and the topic of my paper was how cell phones ruin interaction. Now, before we begin to get into all that, I believe it's important to talk about how cell phones are being used today. I find that the 5 most common apps used on cell phones are Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, and even YouTube. Now, what these apps allow its users to do is communicate with other users directly, much like a text message would, or put out broad messages for everyone to view all at once. And what this does is it allows its users to communicate without actually having to meet up in person. And because of this, meeting up face to face is no longer really necessary unless the topic is one of major importance. Now, the Washington Post estimates that young adults spend up to 9 hours daily on their cell phones, and many people would view this as an addiction, and that's because it is. Now, when looking at how this ruins interactions, I will use the dinner table as an example. 10 years ago, using your cell phone at the dinner table was frowned upon, but if you look at that same area in today's society, it has become very commonplace. You will see teens or young adults use their cell phones wherever they can. They're attached at the hip. As a matter of fact, I'm using a cell phone to record this video, and I also have my cell phone on me. Many of us always carry them. Now, another topic I would like to bring up is public speaking. And you might be wondering, how does cell phone usage ruin your ability to be able to publicly speak? And I will say that cell phones, when used the amount of time that we are using them, will condition us to fear public speaking because many of us don't get enough practice doing it. Many people tend to think of public speaking as one person on a stage talking to an audience of 50 or 100 people talking about whatever topic they're talking about. When I think of public speaking, however, I think of one person talking to an audience of as small as 5 to 10 people. It doesn't have to be anything major. As long as you're conveying a message to more than about 3 or 4 people, I would consider that public speaking. And I'll actually use my job as an example. Now, I'm an SA, and that stands for server assistant, down at Bubba's on Westwood. And we have what we refer to as an alley rally. What this is all the members of the staff, we get together, we have a meeting for the day, we go over areas of improvement, what needs to get done for that day. And when you have the floor, it's your turn to speak. If you're not able to communicate those needs to your team, then nothing's ever going to get done. I believe that by using our cell phones, the amount of time that we're actually using them, it's conditioning us to not only fear public speaking, because a big portion of the population fears public speaking, but it's not our preferred method of communication anymore. You know, if it's not necessary to meet up face to face and talk, why would people do it? Lastly, I would like to talk about personal injuries. Again, this isn't something that you typically think about, how this ruins interaction. I would like to use driving as an example. Now, many people know the dangers of texting and driving. However, people still choose to use this, and it's not safe. All it takes is 5 seconds to respond to that text message. You don't put on your blinker, boom, car crash. This will ruin your driving interaction, just like that. Other injuries I would like to talk about are dryness of the eyes. Now, this is something that's a little bit more commonplace. You use your cell phone for an extended amount of time. You don't blink the amount of time that you should be blinking, and this causes your eyes to dry out. And if you continue to use your cell phone staring at that screen without letting your eyes basically recuperate, that dryness is going to damage your eyesight permanently, and you end up with glasses, much like my own. So learn from my mistakes. Don't do what I did. Anyway, to conclude, I would like to say that cell phones ruin interaction basically because we choose to prioritize cell phone usage over our general needs.